Hello and welcome to our video, 10 informations you need to know about yesterday. In this video, we'll be covering some of the most important events that took place yesterday, giving you a quick summary of each one. Sudan help limited for terrified Brits. British Foreign Secretary James Cleverly has acknowledged that assistance for UK citizens stranded in Sudan will be significantly constrained until a ceasefire is reached. Recently, the SAS carried out a daring rescue mission to evacuate British diplomats from the conflict-ridden capital, Khartoum, as reported by the Daily Mail. However, while Foreign Office personnel and their families were safely escorted to secure locations, British civilians who were frightened and seeking refuge in the city were only provided with a hotline for updates as violent clashes unfolded in the streets. The ongoing conflict between opposing forces in Sudan has resulted in fatal shootings and shelling incidents. Starmer suspends Abbott. In an effort to prevent a potential controversy over anti-Semitism, Keir Starmer has suspended the party whip from Diane Abbott, following accusations that the former Shadow Home Secretary downplayed racism against Jewish individuals. In a letter to The Observer, Abbott made comparisons between the discrimination faced by minority groups, including Jewish people and traveler communities, and individuals with red hair. Abbott later claimed that her remarks were unintentional as an initial draft of her thoughts was published. A spokesperson for the Labour Party denounced the comments as deeply offensive and wrong. Emergency alert issues. The Telegraph reported that the National Emergency Alert System test was a farce due to its failure to operate on approximately 10 million phones. Despite the government's assertion that the test was a success, customers of 3, one of the largest mobile networks in the UK, did not receive the 10-second notification. Some devices received the alert up to 20 minutes after the 3 p.m. scheduled test, and Welsh speakers noticed that the automated system fabricated the word Vogel, which is a ski resort in Slovenia. The Cabinet Office maintained that the alert was received by the vast majority of compatible phones. Labour food price claim. According to Labour, the UK is anticipated to face the swiftest and most severe price increases among G7 nations. The party's forecast indicates that everyday goods will experience a 40% faster rise in prices in the UK compared to other major advanced economies, resulting in a cost of nearly £1,500 per year for households. The party attributes the economic turbulence to Brexit and insufficient support for businesses across the country. Recently, Deputy Labour leader Angela Rayner expressed disappointment at the UK's ranking as the lowest among G7 countries in terms of expected growth, as per IMF figures. However, Chancellor Jeremy Hunt countered by stating that the UK had outperformed numerous forecasts in the previous year. Putin spokesperson's son joins mercenaries. According to an interview with Russia's Komsomolskaya Pravda newspaper, Nikolai Peskov, the son of President Putin's spokesperson Dmitry Peskov, has disclosed that he has joined the Wagner Group and fought in Ukraine. Nikolai, who was educated in the UK, stated that he received his father's approval to join the mercenary group and was awarded a bravery medal for his 6-month tour that recently concluded. The Wagner Group, referred to as a private military company in Russia, has gained international infamy due to allegations of war crimes and other abuses in Ukraine, as reported by the BBC. £55 billion withdrawn from Credit Suisse in bank run. Credit Suisse, the beleaguered banking giant, has revealed that it experienced an outflow of 61.2 billion Swiss francs, £55.2 billion, during a tumultuous first quarter this year, ultimately resulting in its emergency rescue by domestic rival UBS. This announcement sheds light on the magnitude of the bank run that led to the failure of the 167-year-old lender and triggered its state-backed rescue, as reported by the BBC. The acquisition by UBS is anticipated to be completed by the end of this year, if feasible, but the full integration of Credit Suisse's business into the UBS group is projected to take approximately 3 to 4 years. Bishop opposes migration plans. The proposed laws by the government to tighten regulations on Channel migrant crossings have been condemned by the Bishop of Durham, who has warned that these plans will inflict harm and push people into destitution. Paul Butler, one of the bishops in the House of Lords, has criticized the illegal migration bill, stating that it cannot be passed in its current form, and accusing the government of neglecting its moral and legal responsibilities to protect those fleeing persecution. The bill is scheduled to return to the Commons this week, where it is expected to face opposition from a backbench rebellion led by two former party leaders, Theresa May and Ian Duncan Smith. Flambéed pizza kills two. A tragic incident occurred in Madrid as two individuals lost their lives and a waiter accidentally set fire to a restaurant. Emergency services responded to the Burro Canaglia restaurant located in the city center on Friday, only to be met with a wall of flames blocking the entrance. The victims were identified as a female customer and a 25-year-old male member of the restaurant staff. Additionally, 8 others were transported to the hospital after inhaling smoke. According to Madrid's mayor, José Luis Martínez Almeida, it appears that the fire was triggered when a flambéed pizza was being served, resulting in the decorations in the restaurant catching fire. Israeli police West Bank controversy. The grieving relatives of a Palestinian man, Sami al-Attash, who was tragically killed by settlers in the occupied West Bank, expressed their frustration as they were unable to report his murder to the police. The incident occurred near Hawara in February, when a group of Israeli settlers and soldiers gathered at the perimeter fence of a neighboring Palestinian village, and Sami al-Attash was shot outside his home. Despite the family's attempts to report the death to the Israeli authorities on 2 occasions, they were turned away. It was only after media reports shed light on their plight that Israeli police finally opened an investigation. The Israeli human rights organization, Yesh Din, highlighted that Palestinians in the West Bank often face challenges when trying to report crimes to the Israeli police. Trump to publish Charles' letter. According to The Telegraph, Donald Trump is set to publish a personal letter from the king without the monarch's permission. The letter, which is expected to be included in a new book of personal correspondences with world leaders, public figures, and celebrities, is slated for publication tomorrow. Written in 1995, when the king was still the Prince of Wales, the letter expresses gratitude to the American for extending an honorary membership to the Mar-a-Lago resort in Florida. These letters to Trump will be released by a publishing house co-founded by the former U.S. president.